Today I want to talk about the 3 things that kids really need. I have redefined my own needs and even the needs of my child more than once in the last few years. As she matures and I learn more about myself, our needs have shifted and evolved. Mostly I've become conscious of my own core desires. I wasn't fully aware of my needs because when I was growing up, no one ever spoke about having any. Needs were things like food and shelter and clothing, the obvious things. So consciously recognizing what feeds my soul and what I need to thrive emotionally, mentally, and physically has brought to light the areas where I've been neglecting my most precious relationships with myself and with those I love, especially with my daughter. Do you give your kids what they really need? Not what you think they need, but what they crave, what they depend on, and what they require to thrive. Maybe you feel like you give too much. Unmet needs for attention, affection, and acknowledgement show up as defiance, anger, aggression, and even controlling or rigid behaviors. All those things that we label behavior problems. Or worse, those things that we allow other people to label our children as. Now, I think that labels are great for giving information, but not making declarations. Categorizing symptoms and understanding developmental needs will illuminate the path that your child is asking you to follow. The problem is that we are focusing on behaviors expecting results. Kids don't have behavior problems. They may have skill challenges, unmet relational needs, or a hypersensitive and unregulated nervous system. But behavior is a symptom, not a problem. The problem is that we're not giving kids the right kind of feedback. Messages are getting jumbled. The CDC estimates that 9.5% of children aged 3 to 17 have been diagnosed at some point with ADHD. They say that kids can't pay attention. Your intention to raise independent, competent, compassionate, motivated, creative problem solvers and thinkers is very possibly being derailed by what you say and how your kids feel they are treated. Not how you think you treat them, but how they experience your acceptance, validation, and understanding. So today I want to share with you the 3 things that your kids need most. First, attention. Parents who are short on time often try to make up for it with things. But things can quickly be unappreciated, but time and attention, those are valuable resources to your child. And this is where most of the learning happens. Now, I'm not speaking of the kind of attention where you are teaching new skills or getting your kids to do things or stop doing things, but the kind of attention that allows you and your child to just be with each other, to authentically express, create, and relate to each other, to play without the concern for time or without thinking about what needs to be done or what you should be doing, to hand over the reins and let your child pull you into his or her world and direct you for a while in the land of imagination. The return is that your child will be more willing to let you guide and lead when necessary, having already experienced what it is like to be in charge, to show you what he can do or how much she has grown or what he has learned. The resistance to what you want will lessen as your child has more and more opportunities to experience the real you without your agenda influencing your interactions. The next thing that kids need most is affection. Now, when I say affection, I don't mean that you need to kiss and hug any more than you already do, although you may find that you are indeed lacking in this physical connection and want to up that as well. But I mean that when you respond to your child, respond with emotional warmth, even when setting limits. Often when we want things done or when we are managing conflict, we lose the warmth and we replace it with firm and standoffish. We become focused on correcting behaviors and managing them through our emotional connection to our kids. This can create an emotional rift that even hugs and kisses can't heal. Somehow we have come to associate kindness with weakness, but you can be confident and kind in your limit setting. This will give your child the kind of affectionate response that he or she so desperately craves. And then your child comes to perceive your limits as safe and sound guideposts instead of attempts to control, or even worse, attempts to disconnect and shut down until behavior changes. And finally, acknowledgments. We usually acknowledge our kids through positive reinforcement. Catch them doing something you like and then load up on the positive praise to acknowledge that this is something desirable or worthy. We say, essentially, this is the direction to go in. Go this way. Yes, this is the direction. Not that way. No, no, no. This way. Yes, yes. Do that, not this. We get blinded by making sure that our kids are following the right path, and then we end up dismissing important emotional experiences that will actually build resilience and create healthy response patterns in our kids. We often acknowledge the future, but not the present. But our kids have to make it through their present in order to move to the future. We say, don't be sad, it's okay, you're going to be fine. Or be patient, you will have a turn, just wait. Or what a good boy you are for sharing, that was so nice. We acknowledge these things because we want our kids to be better, feel better, do better, or repeat an action. But we should acknowledge all of our kids, their fears, their misbehaviors, their worries, and their accomplishments. You can say, you're sad because this feels bad. Or, it's hard to wait, this feels impossible, you want to turn so bad. Or, I imagine that giving up some of your Legos was difficult. And I can see, though, that it really helped your brother feel included, so thank you for doing that. That was helpful to me. Now we've acknowledged what is real for our kids and for us authentically. This prompts their own self-healing, coping, and problem-solving mechanisms to kick in without you needing to constantly direct them to the feelings and actions that you want them to have. Okay, that was my teachable moment for you. I hope that you found it helpful, and I hope you're actually able to see just those few subtle changes from giving your kids what you think they need to giving your kids what they really need, and how it will bring you closer so that you can start to see those behavioral changes that you want. Have you ever found that you're in the habit of overcompensating with things or correction or direction? What shift resonated with you most? Was it that you need to add more attention, affection, or acknowledgement with your kids? Leave me a note in the comments, because you never know when your aha moment is just the inspiration someone else needed to make the changes that they were looking for. Now, did you like this video? Because if so, I would love it if you would pass it on to someone you love or share it on your favorite social media site, because when you share the love spreads. And if you want more video trainings like this, be sure to check out my website and my YouTube channel, because when you subscribe for updates, I will send you my latest free training to help you create the family that you deserve. Until next time, please remember, it's about consciousness, not perfection.